Oh, what one, baby girl?
Don't baby girl me. How many of your groupies you call baby girl? Is Tisha a baby girl? Is Amanda a baby girl too? And who the hell is Bonquisha? Is that even a name? Man, I can't live.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Sharane's World. Let's go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good night, everybody. It's that Friday night with Sharane World right here in Binghamton. Let's go. As you know, I'm a peer mentor survivor for the community in Binghamton and the surrounding areas. Alrighty, let's go. Let's get into welcome to Sharane's World, everybody. Yes, it's that good Friday night with Sharane right here locally in Binghamton, peer mentor survivor for the community for all men and women. Alrighty, so no matter where you located, ladies and gentlemen, I also spread awareness nationwide as well. So not just from my community in this area, nationwide. And ladies and gentlemen, let's put it like this. I may not be born from Binghamton and I may not be from Binghamton. I am from Brooklyn. But like I said, all my domestic violence happens right here in Binghamton. All my narcissistic abuse happens right here locally in Binghamton. So we definitely got to spread awareness. We definitely got to make sure that everybody understands. Right? We got to make sure everybody understands what's going on and what's going wrong. So welcome to Sharane's World, everybody. Good night. Let's get into this. Let's go. Welcome to Sharane's World, everybody. Let's welcome all my victims, all my survivors, all my thrivers, or anybody that's out there that just want to educate yourself. And you already know, let's give a big round of applause to you narcissistic men and women up out here in these streets. Let's go. Yes, yes, yes. Let's welcome everybody. How's everybody night going? I know it's Friday night and everybody's probably getting ready to go to the clubs, to the bars, to the shindigs, to the after hour spots. So wherever they are going, that's where they are going tonight. So the whole goal is making sure that everybody's out there staying focused, using the tools, using the goals. Listen, educate yourself, right? That is the whole goal. Listen, it's Friday, right? Right here locally in Binghamton. They're out there. It's gonna be shindigs happening all weekend, all week to the remaining end of this month is gonna be shindigs going on starting tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So y'all make sure y'all stay focused up out here, right here locally in Binghamton and the surrounding areas. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, right here in Binghamton. I want you guys to make sure that there is other fun things to do out here, right? There's fun things, but there's also toxic people out there, right? Too many toxic people, like my narcissistic ex. We all know he gonna be out there, right? We all know that y'all narcissistic exes or y'all toxic person or whoever, the suppliers, the stalkers, or whoever, they gonna be up out in them streets right here locally in Binghamton, okay? Yeah, they gonna be out there partying, they gonna be mingling, they gonna be acting like they single. Especially if you're not going to those events with them, they're definitely going to act like they're out there single and like they're mingling. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so y'all pay attention. Remember, right here locally in Binghamton, there's going to be some fun events going on, and these narcissists is going to be out there. These domestic violence people are going to be out there. Also, they're probably going to be asking you to provide their outfit so they could be able to go out for the week. They're probably trying to do enough street pharmacist activity work so they could be able to support that activity. Because remember, the first of the month is coming. hmm It's coming. And you know who's gonna have to supply that? You. Let's go. Absolutely ridiculous. You're gonna have to supply their funds. You're gonna have to supply their needs. You're gonna have to supply everything that they're looking for throughout this whole weekend, ladies and gentlemen. So y'all stay focused, all right? Now listen, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right on into Sharane's world. Let's go. So we all know y'all gonna be at them clubs tonight, right? We all know you're gonna be at them after hour spots tonight, right? We all know that you're gonna be out there doing something toxic, right? But I'm trying to make sure my victims and my survivors are staying focused, right? Please do not meet nobody on no dating apps. Please do not meet no, when you meeting these people, please make sure that you are staying focused and that you are understanding if they're love bombing you too quick, if they're trying to gaslight you too quick, if they talking about they single and they ain't got nobody and it's just too much, stay focused, keep your third eye open, okay? Because that may not be the red flag so soon yet, right? It may not. But also, you want to pay attention when they phones are ringing and they flipping it upside down. Like, if you ain't got nothing to hide, people ain't got nothing to hide. They don't got time to be flipping phones around and acting like they hide and stuff. When you're dealing with somebody that's actually dealing with multiple people in the cut or somebody else in the cut, they are going to hide their cell phones. They're going to flip the phones around. They're going to do all of that. Now, granted, there are people that, sit at the table and they flip their phone around for the privacy of the respect. Cool, but no, when you're dealing with somebody that's a cheater or they have other supply in the cut, that's how they're going to operate every time they are around you. Okay. They are going to act like that. Their phone is non existent. Another thing they're going to do is their phone is always going to be on some type of vibrate or silent mode. Yes, it is. It's going to be. So if you are actively in this situation, pay attention to what I'm saying. Their phones are always going to be on some type of silent mode when they come around you, or, whatever the case may be, or they're going to act like they're taking the phone call in the bathroom, or, well, whatever they're doing, right? Pay attention because that's how they operate. They don't care. They're going to act like they care because they're gonna try to get the supply up out of you. But once they get that up out of you and they swindle you and rock you to sleep, it's over for it. They're gonna move on to the next supply where they're still swindling you and still getting whatever they want up out of you, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? I'm telling you that because with the narcissist, let me tell you something. One thing I learned is that these narcissists, especially my narcissistic ex, Mr. Earl. So Mr. Earl, has multiple supplies in the cut, right? We're going to use him as an example, right? Because this is my story. So he has multiple supplies in the cut, right? And he has supplies that pays for car insurance and registration. Then there's a supply that's going to pay for whatever he needs out the house. Then you have another supply that might have to come and cook or whatever. Then you have somebody else that's going to have to buy the clothing or whatever he needs outside, within the house. Then you're going to have another one that might have to watch the dog or whatever the case may be. And then you have, another one that's going to do whatever else that the narcissist need them to do, right? Because they have multiple in the cut and they feel like they can't get it all from you. And whatever they get from you, they have to get multiple people. And the crazy thing about it is why they can't do these things themselves. Why they can't just go get a job. And even if they do got a job, they're still going to operate just like this, right? But my thing is why? Like, you're not going to understand that. All right. The only way you're going to understand what's going on is by you reading about what is narcissistic personality disorder, what is their traits, and how they operate. But once you start reading it and opening up your third eye, you're not going to like what is going on with them. Okay. You're not going to like it. It's going to be toxic. It's going to be nasty. You're going to want to move away from them. Okay. And I keep telling you guys that, like, with my narcissistic ex, he's not going to learn, right? No, he's not. All he's gonna do is keep moving on. We already seen them on a dating app. We already seen somebody post them up on a T app. We already seen it all, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, let's replay that again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please, once again, stay up off those dating apps, ladies and gentlemen. It is not worth it. It's not worth your energy. It's not worth your time. It's not worth anything at all. Because this is what you're going to see on the dating apps. This is what's going to happen. The narcissist is still lurking, right? Still lurking on the dating apps. People out there still trying to figure out who he talking to or what he got going on because this is how he operates. He has multiple supplies. If I seen he has multiple supplies, then, ladies and gentlemen, he has multiple supplies. And also domestic violence issues as well. Having domestic violence issues is absolutely bizarre. These narcissists, when they tend to get caught up in this, their lies or whatever they're doing, they turn around and they like to do domestical things towards you. Okay. That's just what they do. That's how they operate. That's what they do. And it's sad. So if you're dealing with somebody that's putting their hands on you and they have narcissistic issues, man, oh man, oh man, that's not a great story to be in, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you. So get up out this clown show. All right. You see the clown show? They idolize, they devalue, they repeat it, and then they discard. And then they may do it again. They may do it again. They're going to repeat. They're going to devalue. They may idolize you. They may do it however they want to do it, ladies and gentlemen. But you have to be the bigger person to exit out that show. They're not going to care, right? No. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So please, ladies and gentlemen, please exit up out the clown circus show. Yes, yes, yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. It's been absolutely amazing to be able to come up here and spread awareness about domestic violence. Domestic violence is absolutely real. Domestic violence is a really touchy subject to talk about. A lot of people are scared to come out and have the conversation. Some people just, they talk down upon it or they frown upon it, but I don't know why, because if you were in this situation, you will want someone to help you or how to get up out of it, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, if you know somebody that's actively in a domestic violence relationship, please, listen to them, hear them out, see what they got to say. Don't ask them why they're not leaving or whatever. When they're ready to go, they're gonna be willing to go, and just be there to help them. That's just all I can say, because at the end of the day, it's not just something that anybody could just pick themselves up and just run away from. It's a lot of work, when you have to try to get yourself up out of domestic violence, especially when there's kids involved. You're married to them, or you have any businesses with them, or whatever it is. Sometimes they use pets as well, just like my narcissistic ex. He tried to use pets and things like that. But my thing is, these narcissists, what they like to do is they like to use PlayStation for pets. That's my little inside joke. We all know what that means. So the narcissist one time traded a PlayStation 5 for a dog, ladies and gentlemen, right up out here in the streets. Let's go. Absolutely bizarre, right? Yeah. So listen, all right. The whole goal is for you guys to educate yourself, and I'm just hoping that you guys are healing, and no matter where you are at in your journey of healing, I'm hoping that my videos are helping you. Everything, when I come up here, doesn't have to all be organized. Like, oh, start with healing, start with this, start with that. I come up here and I speak real, I speak everything. I just let you guys know what's going on, what's going wrong, from my point of view as a survivor, as an advocate for the community in my area, and also, speaking nationwide for everyone else out there that may not have someone out there that's speaking up for them like this. The whole tool is for you guys to take the tools that I'm giving you and use it whichever way that fits you guys, and educate yourself. Take some of the information I'm sharing, Google it, look it up, figure out what's going on and going wrong so you could get out of that cycle. You have to break the cycle. You have to keep it real with yourself, because if you don't, you're going to be stuck, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to fall right back into the victim of a trap. But this time, it's going to be with somebody else, a whole different face, and a whole different person. So let's go. Welcome to Sharane's, everybody. Yes, yes, yes. Welcome everybody. I know y'all at them clubs and them bars and them shindigs and them after hour spots. Well, y'all didn't get to the after hour spots yet because that happened like 4, 5, 6 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? But these narcissists know what they doing up out here. Y'all be careful in these clubs in Binghamton. I'm telling you, they out here. My narcissistic ex is lurking on dating app. It's so real. He done probably dealt with all the women up out in Broome County that he had to resort on out to a dating app, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Absolutely sad. You resort out to a dating app because the narcissist done dealt with all the women about in Broome County. Crazy work, but not for too long because sometimes people have to take responsibility for their actions and it is consequences. There's consequences that people do have to pay. So that's what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. Keep your hands to yourselves. Don't be out there doing narcissistic things up out there in the streets, ladies and gentlemen, because it is not worth it at all, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, you don't want to end up having to do probation. You don't want to end up having to sit there doing DV counseling and all of this, and it's taking up your precious time that you could be doing something better, right? So then keep your hands to yourself, right? Absolutely. Keep your hands to yourself, ladies and gentlemen, right here locally in Binghamton. I'm super excited because, I got this event coming up that I'm invited to, and, I got things going for that, and, it's going to be a lot of good things going on in Binghamton. But I'm telling you right now, you got to stay focused. You got to know how to operate. And whoever you're going out with, make sure you guys all come back home together. So if you're going out with your friends, make sure you come back with your friends and family. Don't leave nobody behind. Don't meet nobody new and hopping in their cars, because that's what they do in Binghamton. That's exactly what they do in Binghamton. They wicked out here. They mess with each other out here. They do whatever out here. Everybody's unfilled out here. And this is why Sharane World is here. Breaking that ice right up out here. Yeah. Right with a hammer. Yeah. Right with a hammer. Most definitely. Gotta let everybody know what's going on and what's going wrong. Sharane World is here for everybody. If you're going through something, I'm here. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, Sharane World is here. I've been saying this from the time I started my YouTube channel to my support group page, and I'm going to keep saying it. Sharane World is going to continue to keep speaking for domestic violence and narcissistic abuse. I'm going to continue to keep speaking up for others that don't have that voice. That's what I'm here for as a community advocate. That's what I'm here for as a survivor. All right, so don't be ashamed. None of y'all, all you men and women up out there, I know you guys are going through something. Do not be ashamed of what you have gone through and what you are going through. Because trust me, there's a light at the end of that tunnel. There's a big light at the end of that tunnel. I'm telling you. Too many people are going unalive behind domestic violence. And it's not cool. It is time. We have to have that uncomfortable conversation right here locally in Binghamton and the surrounding areas and nationwide as well. Even if you're not in New York State, we have to. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are in the New York State area and you're coming across my video, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, or do whatever you want to do. It doesn't really matter. As long as you're viewing and you're getting the information, that's all that matters to Sharane World, okay? That's all that matters, ladies and gentlemen. Is as long as you getting this awareness up out here in the streets. I know they at them clubs and them bars and them shindigs, but they're gonna see this video once they come back from them after hour spots, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna get real. They're gonna get real, and I hope everybody go home safely tonight, because nobody should be going home, unalived, or nobody should be going home messed up. Everybody should be going home the same way they left their home, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody worked hard to get to where they at. Everybody worked hard to want to go out. But when you have toxic people out here in Binghamton that's whipping and running and want to make it bad for everybody else, that's sad. It makes it hard for other people that want to, that do want to come out and enjoy their stuff out there in them streets. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm here. Y'all got a peer mentor survivor advocate for the community right here locally in Binghamton and the surrounding areas, and also nationwide. So if you need some information, check out my support group page, Domestic Violence and Narcissistic Relationships I Survive. Hit me up in my inbox to access some resources. I can share whatever it is within your area. I will point you to a licensed advocate. All right, ladies and gentlemen, whatever it is, or if you just need someone to talk to, you just need to vent. Sometimes victims, survivors, and thrivers just need somebody to vent to. And this is what my position is here for, ladies and gentlemen. It's not just to come up onto YouTube. I also go onto my radio show, and I'm also in a community. I'm like, let's go. You know what I'm saying? I also want to give back to the community as well. I want to give somebody else that voice, no matter who you are, male or female. Get that voice. I'm speaking up for you men out there. Like, let's go. I call out all narcissistic females and all narcissistic men, or anybody with DV tendencies. But like I said, remember, everybody has a past. It is all about if they could change their ways. And if they change, that is amazing. Round of applause. But if they didn't change, then something's wrong with them. They toxic. They need to go back in that chair and talk to that counselor and get some help. All right? So if you changed your ways, round of applause to you. If you used to be in them ways, stuck in them ways, and you changed, you changed. Round of applause to you, okay? Round of applause, because like I said, everybody can change their ways. But it's some toxic females and then them toxic narcissistic men and them domestic violence females and them domestic violence men about there in them streets that's not changing. It's a big percentage of them out there that's walking amongst us, love bombing, swindling people, knowing that there's people out there with pure, genuine, good hearts. And then they stomp them out and they abuse it and use it, and now what? Yeah. See, I stay focused right here locally in Binghamton. And I keep telling y'all, you messing with my narcissistic ex, Mr. Earl, I'm telling you, you ain't nothing but a narcissistic domestic violence. You probably got order protections, or you're going to end up with order protections put right on them. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth nobody's energy to be in a narcissistic or domestic violence relationship. But every day we gonna have this talk. It's gonna be so uncomfortable. Y'all gonna want to have the talk. You narcissistic females. Absolutely. To get the awareness that y'all need. Stop being toxic. Stop thinking this is love and hip hop and baddies. Stop thinking that this I don't know what y'all think this is. I keep your hands to yourself. When people are moving on with their life and they're dating somebody else, there's no need for you narcissistic females or you narcissistic men to be bothering them when you see them. Like, move on with your life. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all got multiple supplies in the cut. Do what y'all do. Is it because y'all know what y'all lost was worth more than what y'all got going on? Absolutely. But no, leave these people alone. Because like I said, I speak up for people that don't have a voice. Not just myself. There's people out here that don't have a voice. So I got that voice for them. So I got y'all. So all my peoples out there, my victims, my survivors, my thrivers, or anybody that just want to educate yourself, Sharane World got the voice for y'all. Okay? No matter who you are, male or female. Let's go. Welcome to Sharane's. I'm going to start heading up out of here. Y'all stay safe tonight. And remember, it's Friday night with Sharane World right here locally in Binghamton. Y'all stay safe. Them narcissists is lurking. They're looking for new supply. You could be the supply. Whatever you supplying them could be the supply. Don't be buying nothing for them for the weekend for these events, ladies and gentlemen. They don't need no new outfit. They don't need nothing new. What? You got to supply that? How they swindle you? Are they trying to throw sex at you? Man, are they throwing gifts in your face? Do they hit you? Do they scream at you? Do they get mad all the time? Do you gotta take it? Do they talk about their family members all the time, but always be with their family members? Because I know my narcissistic ex, they talk trash about his brothers, but then was always with the brothers, but then talk trash about them. I didn't understand that. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all stay focused. Because the same way they talk trash about their own family members, what you think they saying about you to their family members? See? You don't know what they telling their family members. This is why I say, don't try to interact with them if they're like that. If their family members are toxic like them, it's no point. I just read about a story with one lady. Man, it's crazy. There's a story that just hit. Ladies and gentlemen, let me pause this real quick before I get up out of here. There's a story about a lady that lived in New York, right? They found her in Las Vegas, unalived. Come to find out, she went out there to go visit one of her friends, Amel. Okay? And this just occurred, ladies and gentlemen. I'm quite sure y'all all seen this across the internet, Facebook, and all. But she went to go see her male friend in Las Vegas, and she ended up unalive, found somewhere, or whatever the case may be. Ladies and gentlemen, pay attention to what's going on and what's going wrong about here in these streets, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, domestic violence is real. And also, I shared the story onto my support group page on Facebook, Domestic Violence and Narcissistic Relationships I Survive. So check that story out that I did share. That is absolutely sad. The lady was from New York, and she traveled to Las Vegas to go visit her friend, Amel. And she was walking to the store she was walking to CVS to go get some type of medication I believe she was going to get. And nobody never seen her after that. And then her body ends up found. I forgot where it was found, ladies and gentlemen. But yes, absolutely crazy. Domestic violence is real up out here in the streets. Do not meet nobody on the internet. Don't be going. Listen, I'm telling y'all, stay focused up out here in Binghamton, in the surrounding areas, anywhere, nationwide, no matter where you at. Let's go. Welcome to SHARANE'S, everybody. Let's start heading up out of here now. Rest in peace to her. And my condolences, I send my condolences out to that lady's family, because that's absolutely sad. And whoever did that deserves to rot in jail. Justice for Romika Blackman, aka Big Meat, right in Chicago. Gonna always scream your name. Justice for me. Shout out to Chicago. Shout out to everybody, man. Domestic violence is real. Narcissistic abuse is real. There's people going unalive behind the situation. I appreciate you all. Welcome to SHARANE'S World. Thank you. Later, everybody. Let's go.
You got a long way to go. Rock with me now.